Hello, fans. With 4th of July right behind us just a couple of months ago, I figured I wanted to do a little patriotic themed video on something that is very near and dear to my heart, something very disturbing that I have seen as of late. Now, any of you that have ever held a magic wand in your hand, you know how fantastic it was when Harry Potter first hit the big screen. People that had wanted to do magic all their lives, that had studied incantations, etc. Finally, we found a justified existence in modern America. We were so happy, so elated that finally somebody like us was on the big screen, riding a broom, doing magic tricks. It was just the greatest moment of many people's lives. And I'm not talking about all the fake sorcery stuff that isn't real at all. People that haven't ever even read a Harry Potter book that claim they are magicians or sorceress or whatever they want to say because they read their horoscope or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about real, true magic with a magical wand or a broomstick. Before Harry Potter came out, only thing you'd ever use a broomstick for was either sweeping with the broom, doing a little household chore, or you'd run around on it and say, "Go, cowboy, go donkey," like you were riding on a donkey, like you were a cowboy. But then, once Harry Potter came out and all that, riding on it that way went out the window. Everybody was saying, "Ooh, go, Griffin, go, we're a wizard now." And so that's one of the ways Harry Potter changed everything. But the thing that I am very upset about is how Severus Snape is now portrayed. Snape, right now in modern day, Snape is viewed as some type of hero. You know, the guy that kind of has a bad temper but a great heart. He's viewed as this a heroic figure, and people seem to have forgotten the very nasty, incisive remarks Snape used to make toward Harry Potter. He used to say the most awful things. You would hate to even see him. When you'd see his name on the page, you would know how nasty of a face J.K. Rowling described him making on the page previous, and you'd start to want to throw up because you didn't want to see that. He was such a nasty guy. But now we see this recent retcon regarding Snape, where it's even reported that in some television showings of the movie, they're editing out his phrases, removing the words "not," like back when Snape said "you are not special." They removed that word where it looks like Snape said "you are special" to kind of make Snape seem more endearing to people. There's reports of them putting CGI when Snape's doing one of those nasty scowls that he does. They do CGI where instead of the scowl, looks like a smile, a little CGI smile. It's just very disheartening what I'm seeing, because when we were first reading those books, we would Harry Potter, you have to realize, to us that consider ourselves to be magicians, that have always loved magic, that have always, felt this tingly energy around our body where we know we're connected in magic. We finally had something we could rejoice about when Harry Potter came out. Finally, people weren't trying to shove us into wardrobes and just completely pummel us into a bloody mess. Finally, people were starting to view us as, heroes, sort of. People started to like us because Harry Potter was this big cultural phenomenon. So we would be reading it and we'd see the page where it would talk about Harry Potter and we'd have the biggest smile ever on our face. This was our hero. This was the chosen one, the boy wonder, the greatest thing we'd ever seen. And then we'd see the thing about Snape saying, "You're not special, Harry," or saying, "That's 10 points off of Gryffindor, Mr. Potter." We'd see that and we would, let me just say, there's a lot of custom editions of those Harry Potter books that are missing pages where they've ripped out the parts with Snape, because it was just so incredibly, it would make us so angry, so furious when we would see Snape put down our hero, Harry Potter. So circling back to what I said at the beginning, the sort of patriotic theme of this video, I want to really connect, with a deep emotion with everybody. So everyone that does think Snape is a good person now, for whatever reason, that thinks he's this sort of anti-hero, great figure, so they can sort of remember why Snape is actually one of the most hated figures in the comic book world, because of the nasty, just ugly things he would say. So this is how it all connects, and I hope that this can make people realize that Snape is not somebody that should be celebrated. Have you forgotten how it felt that day when Harry's robes caught fire? We thought he might pass away. Have you forgotten when Harry almost fell? Old Snape was chanting something. He wanted Harry to go to hell. And you tell me not to worry about Mr. Rotten. Have you forgotten?